All right, so I want to break down the myth, the calorie myth, calories in, calories out, and why it's not an effective approach to weight optimization, body fat percentage, hormone optimization, physique optimization as a whole, why it's a broken system. And the reason why is because it doesn't focus on the reality of metabolism. Your body, your health, your metabolism, how many calories you burn in a day is what we call it, right? That's defined as your metabolism uh, to most people. It's like the weather, it's never the same. And what I mean by that is, like, let's imagine your metabolism is like a plane going from New York to LA. On any given day of any given week of any given month, it's going to have a different weather pattern to fly through to go from New York to LA. Some days it's going to be very stormy. Some days it's going to be very windy. It's going to have to fly against the wind. Some days it's going to have to fly with the wind, right? And all these different situations, these weather patterns, are going to dictate how much fuel that plane utilizes. Also, the weight load of the plane, right? How many people are on board, the luggage, and all this other stuff. The route that it has to take. It can't be a direct route because it has to reroute because of the traffic, right? So metabolism works in the same way. You're never the same day in and day out. You're not a robot. You have life, you have business, you have kids, you have clients, you have relationships, you have your own patterns and limitations, you have your own stressors, and you have physical stressors on top of that. So it's truly mental, emotional, physical, and energetic or spiritual. Like, all these things add or decrease stress in our life, which changes the weather pattern and the route that we go day in and day out, which affects our metabolism. So the calories in, calories out thing is just really a oversimplification of trying to equate it as a number game, when in fact it's an energy game. It's really about the energy that you retain, the energy that you take in, and how much you retain really dictates how much you retain in terms of health. And what I mean by retain is that if you feel energized, if you feel young, if you feel vibrant, if you feel that vitality, that's you retaining energy. If you feel lethargic, if you feel low energy, brain fog, inflammation, pain, poor sleep, frustration, anxiety, body fat, all these different things, if you feel those things, that is losing energy, right? You're losing energy. There's an energy leak going on, and it's inflammation, it's increased body fat, and it is hormone imbalance and stress. Those are energy leakers, right? And so when you can retain energy, you feel it. And as a result of feeling it, you move right, you think right, you act right, and as a result of that, you look right. Your body starts to take shape and form based on those things. So hopefully you get that concept down. If you need to rewatch this again, I recommend rewatching it so you get this understanding, this concept down. It's about how you feel. It's your experience that ultimately matters. You wouldn't give a fuck if you had a six pack, if you felt absolutely great and got everything you wanted out of life. But as a result of that, you end up leaning up and having a six pack usually as a result to that, or close to a six pack. You're a hell of a lot leaner as a result to it. But when you are not getting what you want out of life, you tend to feel the stress and you feel bogged down. And as a result of that, you're not going for a steak typically when you're overstressed. You're going to go for a comfort food, right? Or a comfort drink or a comfort of some sort that doesn't necessarily feed your health, but helps to just calm the flame down and reduce the stress temporarily, right? Which has more long-term negative effects uh, than it should. But over time, we're a result of what we do on a consistent basis, right? So stress bogs us down and makes us lose energy and makes us make poor choices in regards to our health. So all that being said, the calories in, calories out does not equate to those other factors. The energy, the mind body, the mental emotional stressors, and the spiritual or energetic stressors that we have in our lives, right? And these things ultimately impact how we look. And how you look and how you physically are impacts how you feel and your mental emotional state and your energetic state, right? So These things all impact each other, and calories is just an oversimplification of these other things going on. Now, I will say this, if you were to eat 3,000 calories of Twinkies over and over and over again versus 3,000 calories of steak over and over and over again, there's going to be two different results, two different things going on, because you have micronutrients involved. You have a food source in steak that retains energy for you better. It's utilized more effectively versus 3,000 calories of Twinkies makes you lose energy because it's pro-inflammatory. It bogs your energy down. It makes you feel fat, sick, and lethargic, right? That's loss of energy. That's steak is a gain of energy. So when you look at those two different things, you can see how one food contains 3,000 calories and the other food contains 3,000 calories, but one is going to give you energy and one is going to make you lose energy, right? And as a result to losing energy, you gain weight, you experience inflammation, you experience all the negative symptoms and side effects of poor health, versus when you eat properly and just the right types of food, you gain energy, you feel energy, and as a result of that, you look energized, you look lean, you look fit, right? So calories, they just don't fit that mold. Now, to make a point here, you could overeat on the good stuff and not move enough and gain weight, right? And gain body fat. That does happen. But if you start to implement the foundational things that we're going to be talking about in this course, calories take care of themselves because your appetite normalizes and optimizes. Because appetite is a function of hormones. It's a function of chemicals in the body in addition to emotions, mental state, stress, life in general. So when we start to optimize the foundations, your circadian rhythm, which is the rhythm of your body throughout the day and night, when we start to time out and get everything in sync to where your body is in tune and in line with the day, in tune and in line with the night, and it can recover and sleep properly, it can balance and optimize hormones properly, then it's going to optimize your appetite properly to where you don't overeat. You don't get temptations that you used to. You don't get fixations that you needed in the past. And you start to eat the right amount naturally, and your body will utilize it and retain it as it sees fit. And as a result of that, you're going to have more energy. You're going to have more movement as a result of that. And that is the equation that ultimately leads to a leaner, healthier body. So calories are like step number 10 on the totem pole of importance when it comes to health, when it comes to weight optimization, when it comes to hormone optimization. When you get bogged down in the unnecessary details, it starts to confuse and take your energy away from the things that truly do matter, which is what we're going to talk about in this course. The sunlight, meal timing, hydration. These things are going to normalize your appetite to where you don't even have to focus on calories. And your nutrition guide, your nutrition framework, is going to set you up with the right types of foods that help you to retain and maintain energy, right? So we're gonna go into the quantum side with this type of food, so this is types of food that really retain the electrons, the charge in your body that allow you to retain electrons in your body to maintain energy in your health and your metabolism. So I don't want to get too bogged down into the quantum details right now, but more so I just wanted to kind of bridge that gap. We're going to get into the quantum level with this type of stuff, but it's not going to go into too much detail right now. I just want you to understand that calories, they're nothing to pay attention to because they'll be taken care of naturally by optimizing your energy with the right types of food that hold the right type of energy. And as a result of that, you're going to get the results you want. So that's it for this lesson. Review it. If you need to go over it again, if you have any questions, please let me know and I can further give you better understanding of this stuff. The main thing is that you understand that there's a deeper layer to this. Calories aren't going to be the long run solution. They're going to be something that really just bog you down. So that's it for now. I'll see you on the next lesson.